gonna go level that stupid house to the ground.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Monkey Jimmy over here, and I'm back with even more content, and so for you can enjoy this even more. So before we begin, I want to talk about a couple of things, such as my previous video when I was talking about the shippers for shipping Cloud and Aerith, or Zack and Tifa, and mostly I want to talk about my voice. I'm sure you have noticed so far that this time this video it's different from the 4 previous ones because I'm not using a robotic voice. That is because I finally got the microphone I ordered 2 weeks ago, and I know it took me a long time to get it, but I wanted to make this video special about Zack Fair because I promised on my last video that I want to make a Zack Fair Origins, and here I am today making this video. And I am really glad and really happy and excited, all these emotions at the same time. I'm really glad that I got my microphone, even though it took me like forever to get it, but now it's finally here. I finally got my hands on it, and I can work properly. So, but I'm not complaining about the robotic voice. It's not like, oh, I don't want to use the robotic voice anymore. No, it served its purpose, and I'm really glad that even though without a microphone I was able to work even with just with a simple robotic voice. But now this is over, and here I am with the microphone. So let's talk a little bit about something that I have noticed for being going on lately, especially these past 2 weeks. It's going like hell. It's a chaos out there. So let's talk about that. So in the past 2.5 weeks, if not 3 weeks already, I've seen a lot of people complaining and a lot of people fighting over the fact still who is belong to who. Let's make this clear, guys, because I'm really tired of all this shit, okay? As long as Cloud regains his memories, he will keep running back to Tifa. If you have played if you claim actually, if you claim that you actually have played the fucking original, then you do know what the hell is going on with Cloud. He didn't love Aerith for real. He might fell in love with her, but that wasn't Cloud. That came out wrong. Anyways, yeah. I'm not saying that Cloud is a clone of Zack. Stop finding excuses to trust over me or other people like me, okay? No one said that. He has the S cells that Sephiroth has them too. He is a clone of Sephiroth, for Christ's sake. He is a vessel to Sephiroth. He's not a clone of Zack, but due to the experimentation and due to all those 4 to 5 years of being in a fucking mansion back in the Nibelheim, Hojo experimented on them. It wasn't magic, it was science. So through science, something went wrong, something happened, and due to both their capsules, because both their capsules were near enough, they were like, when I say near enough, I'm talking about this near. And somehow, these two connected each other, which is why Cloud remembers some of Zack's fighting style, such as one of his limit breaks, which is the Meteor Call, but Zack has named it a bit differently, or the Omni Slash. I think those are the only 2 limit breaks Zack knows. Cloud knows from Zack. He was unconscious. He couldn't see Zack fighting. So how else did he learn these techniques? By magic? I mean, I get it, it's a fantasy game, but they would have explained that. but they didn't. So we, as the fans, have to find logical answers. So anyways, when Zack died back in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, by the end of it, when he died, he gave to Cloud his Buster Sword. Okay? So when he died and Cloud saw Zack dead, he felt shit. He felt horrible because he thought it was his fault for not being awake and help him. Which is not his fault, let's be honest, you guys. And Cloud, even if Cloud was not unconscious, he would still fail to save Zack. The only thing they actually would be able to do is run away. So, if you think about it, the only thing he would be able to do, not because he's a coward, I'm not saying that, no. I'm just saying what is logical. That's the only logical thing. And then Zack would be alive, he would train Cloud. With Zack as his mentor, Cloud will become even stronger than Sephiroth. Back in the original game, we had 3 discs, okay? If anyone remembers that back in 1997. And the Cloud became stronger than Sephiroth in the 3rd disc, in the last part of the game. Can you imagine if he had Zack with him, mentoring him, just like NGL did with Zack? How much ass he could kick from just the first part of the game. Can you imagine? Another thing that I hate, and another thing that I see being going on to this, and I really don't like it, it's people how they try to cover up some shit and say that Zack needs to stay dead. Okay, just give me a moment. Give me a moment because I need to process that fucking excuse. Okay, so here is what I'm gonna say. And probably some people won't like it. Zack and Aerith were never meant to die. Now, what do I mean by that? Because you're probably gonna say, what do you mean by that? I mean, the writers clearly wanted Aerith to die. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But the characters didn't. Zack wanted to go back in Midgar and see his loved one once again. Once he woke up from his cryogenet state, and he learned that it has been over 4 years. He went crazy, he went lunatic, and he started running to go see his loved one.
What do you mean, final?
Man, even though he could have any girl he wanted, because let's be honest, guys, and the girls, Zack not only is a ladies guy, he can easily get any girl he wants, but he wanted to stick with Aerith. I'm not saying that he does a favor to Aerith, not at all. Aerith could simply do the same thing. She's gorgeous, she is a goddess. What I am simply saying is that this man is simply in love. Being away for 4 whole goddamn years from the person you love isn't enough to motivate you enough to run like crazy to go and see him once again. Aerith wrote 89 letters to Zack, but at some point she didn't know where to send them anymore. She didn't know how or what have happened to Zack. Aerith also didn't want to die. The only thing she had to do was pray for Holy, and that was it. Guys, if every white mage in every Final Fantasy game had to die in order to pray for Holy, we wouldn't have any white maids at all right now. We wouldn't have been discussing this. We wouldn't be discussing this right now. Okay? Sephiroth came out of nowhere like freaking Batman or something, and he killed her. He Masamuned her. Okay? It wasn't like she knew, and she just stood there and, oh my god, this is so beautiful. Oh, a man falling out of the sky. Oh my god, it's Sephiroth. Oh, the Masamune. Yes, okay, let me stand right here. Is that okay? Is that okay? Can you Masamune me, please? Masamune me, Sephiroth, please. No, just fuck no. Fuck no, okay? No. I am being triggered right now because lately on Twitter, tweets, YouTube, Facebook, every single fucking social media I am in, everybody is fucking raging. Do not leave Aerith, do not let Aerith leave, do not let Zack leave. They will take the impact away.
You're a fucking idiot.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
What impact? What impact? It's been 23 years. You are over 30 years old. Oh my god. Grow the fuck up. The game should already be dead. The game is over 23 years old. It's a fantasy / fairy tale world. Okay? Can you put that to your fucking head? I'm fucking raging right now. I know a lot of people gonna laugh at me. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, but really, I'm just so passionate for this game because I grew up with it and I don't want to see anything more than just a happy ending. Okay? Everything that has happened so far, it was just Kitase being Kitase. For those who are supporting Kitase and they are trashing and cursing Nomura like fucking idiots, okay, let me say this. Nomura, Nojima and Kitase are the three people that always worked on every Final Fantasy game. All three of them have played a very, very important role for every Final Fantasy game, okay? Nojima is always the writer. Kitase is mostly the producer, sometimes director, and the designer is Nomura. Okay? Okay. Did you knew that Kitase, our dear Kitase, originally wanted to kill every last member from the party of Final Fantasy VII OG? Did you know that? Wait, I'm sorry, my bad. I meant he didn't plan on killing them. He planned on letting us kill them. Kitase's original idea was to let us, the gamers, back in 1997, to choose which 3 people we want to save. That including Cloud as well. So he wasn't planning on killing them by himself. He was planning on leaving the guilt of killing them on us. Yeah, that's fucked up, I know, right? Some of you might already be like that. Oh my god. That is truly fucked up. So, without further ado, let's talk about that. Nojima and Nomura calmed down Kitase and told him that because they have already killed Aerith, killing everyone else, it's not gonna be a good thing because the fans are gonna riot, they're gonna go crazy, they're gonna go wild. And after some talk, Kitase calmed down and he changed his mind of killing everybody or letting the guilt to us. So now we have Final Fantasy VII, Crisis Core, Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus, Advent Children, Last Order. We have all these beautiful games because Nojima and Nomura, I'm gonna say this again, Nomura, calmed him down from killing every single character. And you fuckers are still supporting Kitase? Is your hatred for Zack so much that it blinds you from seeing the truth? This is a literally fantasy / fairy tale world with magic, mystical creatures and places you could never dream of in your entire life. Go say to a psychiatrist that this world you are playing and you are in, it's a grounded and realistic story, and tell him what the game teaches you, except that some companies are greedy. Go ahead. See what happens. No, seriously, go. Less people from the world. No one's gonna miss you guys. So yes, nothing is realistic and grounded about that, okay? If I wanted a realistic and grounded story, I would play either Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid, Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider. There are countless and countless games to go along with, okay? Not this, okay? But you like this fantasy game. You keep playing this fantasy game because you like it, okay? So don't bullshit me or anyone else here. Don't give me that crap, because it's not working. So anyways, that's most of the things I wanted to say. Let the game put to rest. The company and the developers decided that even though it's been 23 years and they want to move on Final Fantasy X-3 or Final Fantasy VIII Remake or Final Fantasy IX Remake or Final Fantasy IV Remake, they still keep working on Final Fantasy VII for turds like you. Because we liked the remake and the ending of it doesn't mean that we don't know the story or we don't like the impact, okay? I have grew up with this. I know the impact. I know what awaits us. I loved the impact while it lasted. Another thing I want to talk about right now. In every Final Fantasy VII spin-off, Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Final Fantasy Before Crisis, Final Fantasy Dirge of Cerberus, did you ever notice something? In Final Fantasy Before Crisis, you play as the Turks, where you learn another dark side of Sinra and you uncover more of its secrets, okay? In Crisis Core, what do? You discover more dark secrets about Sinra and you uncover the truth. In Dirge of Cerberus, you uncover more dark secrets of Sinra and the truth. Did you notice something here? Every single spin-off of Final Fantasy VII, they all use the same goddamn recipe. They all do the same thing. All of them. And all of them ending up with the same 500 years forward to the future where humanity has extinct. Red 13, or else with his real name Nanaki, is the only one to witness that with his family. Probably he found something and made a family. I don't know how. I remember that it was only one left of his kind. But anyways, I'm happy for him. I'm happy. Anyways, the only one to witness that is Nanaki. No one else. So that takes us back to my previous point. Bugenhagen was right in the original Final Fantasy VII. What do I mean by that? Bugenhagen, if you all well remember, said back to the original, to Cloud and everyone else, that even if we stop Sephiroth, even if we kill Sephiroth, even if we destroy Sinra, we will only prevent the death of the planet and end the extinct of humanity for a little while longer. Now, those was his words, not mine. Also, we're gonna talk about a little bit Cloud having some of Zack's memories. When Zack died, some of Zack's conscious left inside Cloud. Cloud, by listening to all Zack's stories and all the memories he had with Zack, he took those memories and feelings to him. Not all of it. Again, he's not a clone of Zack. Stop finding excuses. I'm not saying that. What I mean, do you remember in the remake how he looked at Aerith when she said that whatever happens, you can't fall in love with me because it's not real and you have to leave me? Those eyes, that glimpse, that light, that emotion was Zack conscious. When Cloud said, "Do I get a saying? Do I get a saying in all this?" That was Zack. Sure, Cloud felt shit and horrible when Aerith died, but it wasn't because he loved her. It was because he failed to save someone again. When Cloud regained his memories thanks to Tifa, he turned around and said to Tifa, "I am finally back. We meet again. We meet again." He also said to Tifa that one of the main reasons he left Nibelheim to become a soldier like his hero Sephiroth was because he wanted to impress Tifa so she can finally notice Cloud. Okay? Is that enough for you? Okay, let's drop another bomb, and I know that everyone's gonna go crazy and wild right now. The Maiden Travel of Novel or shit. It's a pure fan service made from the company with their signature on it. So does when Kate Sith said to Cloud and Aerith that they are meant to be together. Everything is a fucking fan service. Are you kidding me? They did it so they can gain more money. Didn't you ever wonder what the hell is going on? Didn't you ever pay attention to how Cloud reacted when he gained his memories? Didn't you ever notice when Aerith and Zack were in the live stream together and how they were together on the Advent Children movie? Did you ever notice any of that, or did you cut off your eyes? What did you do? Really? Tell me. Go ahead. All this has been gone for too long now, okay? By letting Zack leave, you are not ruining the story, you dumb fuck. Okay, I'm taking that back. I raged too much. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I should be like Angry Joe. Anyways, yeah. By letting Zack and Aerith leave, you are not ruining the story. Everything that has happened so far remains the same. The original story and every other event remains untouched, okay? It remains untouched. You just get a better ending with the remake, that's all you get. Okay? Another thing, those ghosts are not from Kingdom Hearts, so stop fucking finding excuses to trash over Nomura. I'm tired and sick of all this shit. Maybe I should have done this in a different video. Not in this video, probably. But I'm gonna do it anyways. So yeah, fuck it. So, I'm not gonna say anything more, except that you are all some whiny bitches. You don't have to love the game. Nobody forced you to play the game. Nobody forced you to like the game, okay? You can hate it all you want. You can hate the game all you want. But do not fuck it for the rest of us. Okay? You can hate the game all you want. You can claim how much original gamer you are, how much old school gamer you are. You can claim whatever fucking shit you want. But we love the game. We have played the game. We have grew up with the game, which is why we wish a happy ending. So this game can finally be put to rest. What you want is a remaster, not a remake. With that being said, now that I am more relaxed, let's begin with our Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Zack Fair Origins. So this is gonna take some time, guys. I know that it already took a lot of time. Probably this video is gonna be 1 hour long. I don't know. I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible. So I forgot. Shit. Okay, let's begin. Get comfy. It's gonna take some time, so you probably want to get comfy, get some snacks, get some drinks, and enjoy the video. Yeah, let's go. Zack is a kid who grew up in Gongaga, a small village built up near a Mako reactor. Zack was always an energetic kid and wouldn't stay anywhere put for long. Zack felt as if something was missing from his life. He wanted to do something, be someone. When he was about 12 to 13, Zack made a big decision which would change drastically his entire life. Zack left his hometown, his old life, and his family behind to join Soldier. Zack was always gifted and talented by life, and for that reason he was lucky enough to be compatible with the Zenova project. Which is only natural. There are a lot of examples of people even in real life who are gifted and talented. Zack successfully fused his body with Zenova cells. In the next few years, Zack will develop an enormous strength, abilities, magic, and physical strength. But that was mostly because he simply never gave up. No matter what he faced, Zack was always embracing his dreams, and he was motivated from two things, and those are 1. His dreams of becoming a soldier first class and a hero like Sephiroth. And 2. Life. The most beautiful thing in the entire world. What better to be motivated than life? As years were passing by, Zack quickly became a soldier second class, and that's where he met his mentor, Angel Highway. Angel saw Zack as his little brother and always protected him, but he also reminded of himself a lot. Zack and Angel would quickly bond with each other. Zack wasn't so patient as he needed to be, and he would lose his temper easily. Angel always found it funny and made fun of Zack. However, Zack kept standing up over and over again, and that's what Angel admired. In the next years, the director of Soldier, which the electric company Shinra had hired to do their work and put order in the world, Director Lazard summoned both Angel and Sephiroth to send them both in the Woodeye land and finish this war between the Woodeyes and the Shinra that has been going on for a while now. The Woodeyes, even though they didn't have high technology like Shinra did, they still put up an amazing fight and even gave them a lot of trouble. The Woodeye warriors were high trained for Shinra soldiers. They even did a little deal with a terrorist organization called Avalanche and helped out each other in order to take down Shinra. As Director Lazard was about to summon them, Angel suggested Zack for first class soldier. Director Lazard had some doubt at first and was thinking about it, but he trusted Angel and his judgment, and he knew that he wouldn't suggest something if he wasn't sure. Director Lazard summons Zack and tells him that he's gonna go on a new mission with Angel, his mentor. Zack is excited to show off his skills more. Angel interrupts them and tells that he has suggested Zack to become a soldier first class. Zack's mind is blown away, and he immediately jumps and hugs Angel. Director Lazard laughs at how much of a kid and bonded they are. As they're having a conversation about the mission, Zack notices a familiar face on the computer. Director Lazard looks at him and explains that this is Genesis Rhapsodos, and that he has been missing since his last mission, and that's quite some time now. Without further questions, Zack and Angel are preparing to go to Woodeye. As Zack and Angel arrive in Woodeye, Angel starts telling Zack a little story about his old life before he joined Soldier, and how he had a wealthy friend. He also talked about a fruit apple which was the most tasty one in all around Midgar, and that it grew only in Banora trees, which was Angel's hometown. But cause the name was too long and difficult, they named them Damn Apples. Zack had questions about this, but Angel didn't say much and left Zack like that, laughing and leaving Zack behind running. As they sat down, Angel takes out his sword, his Buster Sword, and prays. Zack, confused and with questions, asks Angel,
"You know, I've never actually seen you use that. Don't you think it's sort of a waste?"
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust. And that's a real waste.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yeah. I can be pretty cheap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Begin mission.
Zack jumps in and starts fighting, wanting to impress Director Lazard since he was watching from far away. Zack cleared the entire area. As he was about to proceed in the mansion, a little kid jumped in. A girl named Yuffie, who was hiding around somewhere before. She tried to attack Zack, but she didn't do anything. Zack asked her, "What is she doing here, a kid in the middle of a fight?" She screamed and said, "Take this, bad guy," and started sort of punching poorly. Zack wouldn't hit a kid, so he pretended that she got him. Yuffie quickly left, thinking she was victorious. Zack stood up and asked himself, what did she mean when she said bad guys? To this point, let me add that we are all evil to someone else's story. Thank you very much, and let's continue. And Zack didn't know about Shinra being evil and everything else. As Zack proceeded inside, two monsters that was specifically created for soldiers like Zack to kill jumped out of nowhere. Zack quickly fought both of them and emerged victorious. However, there was another waiting around and Zack quickly saw that and fought it. As the beast lay down, Zack thought he killed it, and didn't pay attention to that the beast were still breathing. The beast quickly hits and knocks out Zack, and as Zack is about to faint, Angel jumps in and kills the beast with a single blow from his Buster Sword. Zack looks at Angel and tells him,
That's one more you owe me. You lost your focus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry if your sword got any wear, tear, or rust on it.
You're a little more important than my sword. But just a little. Huh.
Thanks.
As they both leave, Director Lazard is amazed by Zack's performances, but as they talk, two strange-looking soldiers are appearing from behind, and Angel says to Zack to take the Director and leave, and that he will take care of this. As they leave, some infantries come and take away Director Lazard. As Zack quickly runs back, Angel is gone, and two more soldiers are there. As he is about to see where Angel is, a summoning materia appears from behind him and Ifrit appears. Zack wonders who called this summon out. Zack fights and almost wins, but Ifrit does an attack, and as Zack is about to lose, Sephiroth appears and cuts the beast in two.
Holy.
Genesis.
The missing soldier first class? They're identical.
A Genesis copy.
Copy? A human copy?
Where's Angel?
I thought he was fighting around here.
So he's gone too.
What? Wait, what does that mean?
It means Angel has betrayed us as well.
No way! I know what kind of guy Angel is, and he'd never do that. Angel wouldn't betray us. Never!
A few days has passed, and Zack can't relax. The only thing he thinks about is how to see Angel again, and talk him out of what he's doing, and he wanna know what is going on. All of a sudden, someone calls Zack and informs him to go see Director Lazard in his office. Zack goes, and a Turk named Cheng is there. Director Lazard informs both of them that they are going on a mission to Angel's and Genesis' hometown to eliminate the traitors. Zack is furious by what he hears and tries to convince the director to change his mind about Angel and that he can bring him back. Zack asks why isn't Sephiroth going. Cheng said that Sephiroth was originally gonna go on that mission, but he rejected it and pushed it over to Zack. Zack says what's up with that, and that they spoil him too much. Cheng says to Zack if you wanna say that to Sephiroth's face. Zack smiles and says,
No thanks.
They both leave and arrive at Angel's and Genesis' hometown. The two start searching the place around, but by the time they get there, there is no one around. Not a single soul. After some research, Zack and Cheng come across a Shinra weapon and more of Genesis copies. Zack easily disposed of them and continued with his mission. As Zack kept searching, all the houses, he found Angel's house. Inside the house was Angel's mother, Jillian, a project that was created by Hollander, and the project was given by the name G. So Zack started questioning her about Angel and the town's villagers. She asked if he is the Zack the puppy. Zack, confused, asks her about the puppy thing, and she laughed, telling him about Angel and how Angel saw Zack sometimes. Jillian then proceeded on telling to Zack that Angel isn't a bad person, and that he left his sword before leaving the house. That sword represents their family honor. Angel's father paid a great deal to a blacksmith to make that sword for Angel before joining soldier. However, because his father was working like a dog to repay the debt, he died from tiredness. Angel swore that he never gonna use that sword, and he honors his father's death by doing so. Zack is moved by her story and promises on doing everything he can to bring Angel back without killing him. She smiled and said, "I am so glad that my son has such a good friend." As Zack and Cheng are spying the warehouse from far away on a cliff, Cheng talks about Zack's mission and what they have to do. Zack is angry and tells angrily to Cheng,
But please, give me time. If I find Angel, I can talk to him. If I can convince Angel, maybe Genesis will come back too.
I understand now why Sephiroth chose you.
Huh?
Genesis and Angel. Those two were Sephiroth's only friends. He didn't want to fight them. That's why he refused the mission.
Well, Angel is my friend too.
He's counting on you to bring them both back. Time is short. Let's go.
As Zack and Cheng are going in, they manage to find Genesis, but he was more cool than surprised. They proceed of having a conversation that was about Genesis leaving the company and his terrorist attacks. Cheng reveals that Genesis has killed his parents in cold blood and burned them outside. Zack insults Genesis by talking about his parents. Genesis is triggered by this and hits Cheng. As Zack is ready to fight, Genesis attacks, and the crazy shit happens. Angel appears from nowhere and draws his Buster Sword on Genesis. Genesis smiles and says to Angel that
You finally made your decision. I'll respect your wishes, old friend. However, can you really live on that side?
as Genesis leaves, Angel leaves as well, and Zack starts to go after him, but Angel pushes him away. Zack is now confused and hurt. Zack then runs back to Jillian's house, but she is dead, and Zack sees Angel standing behind him, with the Buster Sword in his hands. Zack, shocked by what he saw, and assumed that Angel killed his mother, he grabs him and punches him, yelling at him,
Is that your idea of honor?
My mother could not continue to live, and neither can the son.
What are you talking about? What's going on here?
I told you. You can't live on that side anymore.
Angel! Angel!
My friend, do you fly away now? To a world that abhors you and I?
Shut up!
All that awaits you
Shut up! I'm warning
is a
you!
somber morrow, no matter where the winds may blow. I don't see Sephiroth today, but are you going?
Zack defeats the summon and takes it. As he does that, he starts demanding answers from Genesis and asking him where is his soldier honor. Genesis then, with his sadness in his face, says,
Summons aren't meant to be used like this. What happened to dreams and honor?
We are monsters. We have neither dreams nor honor.
And then he flies away. Zack sees Genesis as he leaves and grabs one of his feathers and says,
Soldier doesn't mean monster.
After that, Cheng appears to take Zack with a helicopter. As he does that, Shinra is launching missiles on Angel's and Genesis' hometown. As Zack sees the place burned down to the ground, he starts to feel guilty and starts to question if what he did or what Shinra does is wrong.
Angel. Angel. The war is over. Everyone's real happy. As for me,
that sword represents our family's honor.
You're a little more important than my sword. But just a little.
where did you go? Zack here.
It's been a while, Zack.
Sephiroth!
Come to Lazardtrim.
Oh, alright.
Zack goes back and sees Director Lazard. As he does that, Lazard is announcing Zack as officially first-class soldier. Zack wasn't as excited as he thought he would be, and he even said so to Lazard. Lazard understood and told him that it's okay and that he understands too much happened so fast for him. Sephiroth is there too. Zack is going and grabbing his new soldier uniform. Cancel, Zack's best and reliable friend, texting him about the news of what is going on so far. Zack goes back to see Director Lazard, and Lazard is giving another mission on Zack that was originally for Sephiroth, but Sephiroth again pushed it on Zack.
The company has decided to eliminate Genesis and his cohorts. This includes Angeal as well.
And you want me to do it?
No, the Shinra army will handle it.
What about me?
They don't trust you.
They believe your emotions will hamper your judgment.
Well, of course.
That's why I'm going too.
To kill them?
As they talk, an attack breaks out on Shinra, and machines and soldiers are everywhere. This is no other's doing than Genesis. Zack rushes through the hallway and defends the entries. When the path is finally clear, he runs to Sector 8, only to find more enemies there. He meets some new Turks he didn't know before, except from Cheng. He meets Rude, Reno, and Cisne. Zack being the latest guy he is, he hits on Cisne, but he's quite turned down, and even Cheng also appears, trying to get Zack away from Cisne. As all of them continued, a new kind of Genesis copy, and even more powerful, appeared outside the Loveless Theater. Zack fought him off and won. He then had a little chat with Cisne where she said how jealous she were for someone that has wings. Zack became sad and angry and said to her that if people had wings, they'd be monsters. Cisne got mad too and told him,
When I was a kid, I always wanted to have wings. You know, like an angel.
If people had wings, they'd be monsters.
Wings symbolize freedom for those who have none. They don't symbolize monsters.
Zack smiles because he's not the only one who thinks that way, and he finally gets some answers, so he feels good about that. Sephiroth calls and tells Zack to hurry and come to the Mako reactor because he found Genesis. Zack then proceeds on yelling at Sephiroth by telling him,
And what?
Fail to eliminate them.
For real?
Yes, for real.
Excellent! Probably.
They both met up, and after some time, they sat down and had a little conversation of how close Sephiroth was with Angel and Genesis, and that they were his only friends he had.
I wonder.
Infinite in mystery is the gift of the goddess. We seek it thus, and take to the sky. Ripples form on the water's surface. The wandering soul knows no rest.
Loveless, Act 1.
You remembered.
How can I not when you've beaten it into my head?
Don't take Sephiroth lightly. Noted.
Is that the best you can do?
All hail Sephiroth, huh?
Angel, stay back. I'll take Sephiroth alone.
Genesis?
The world needs a new hero.
Come and try.
So smug. But for how long?
You'll destroy us all.
That's no way to talk to a hero!
Enough!
And Jill. Out of my way!
Genesis!
Just a scrape. I'll be fine. Don't worry. Even if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return.
Zack felt horrible and wanted to find a way, or a solution, to all this. As they look for evidence, Sephiroth and Zack finds Genesis' cloning machine and his G Project files. Then, Hollanders appears without knowing Sephiroth and Zack are in there. As they expose him, Genesis appears to save Hollander's ass. Zack then runs to catch Hollander since he's a traitor and he's working with Genesis. Hollander was mad at Hojo because he thought that Hojo stole his thunder with the S Project, and that the job should be his all along. With that, he wanted to get revenge. After a long run, Zack finally caught up, but he's stopped by his mentor Angel. Zack and Angel proceed on having the following dialogue.
Working for Hollander now? What is it you're after?
World domination.
That's not even funny, man.
How about revenge?
For what? Angel!
I've become a monster. A monster's objective is usually world domination or revenge.
You're wrong. Those aren't the wings of a monster.
Well then, what are they?
Angel's wings.
I see. Then what should an angel fight for, Zack? What do angels dream of?
Angel.
Angels dream of one thing.
Please, tell me.
To be human. Defend yourself!
After Zack falls down, he hears a voice of his mother talking to him. At first, he thought he was dead, so he talked towards that voice. As he continued though, he quickly realized that it wasn't his mother, and he finally woke up. He saw a flower girl called Aerith. P.S. Do you see now how these two videos are connecting with each other? I'm sure you do. On my next video, I want to talk a lot about Sephiroth, Angel, and Genesis. It won't take much. With that being said, let's continue our beautiful story. As Zack sees Aerith, he starts asking her where he is and what is going on. Aerith explained him what happened and that he fell out of the sky, which really scared her. Zack, as always, started flirting with Aerith and telling her that he has to repair her somehow. Without a second thought, he says about one date with her. Aerith giggles and says, "What's that?" Zack was turned down again, but he didn't give up, and at some point they went out. Aerith said to Zack before leaving if he needs help with getting to Sector 8 again. Zack joked and said while flirting again that she just want to spend more time with him, isn't it? Aerith says yes. Zack froze. Zack froze and didn't believe she would say that. They both went out and Aerith showed Zack around. Along the way, some monsters appeared and Zack started showing off to Aerith and he protected her. As Aerith showed Zack around, he came across with a little boy who bumped into him. As the kid was rude and left, Aerith asked Zack if he lost anything. Zack said he didn't think so, but as he was reaching for his pockets, he noticed that his wallet was gone. Zack was furious and stressed. However, Aerith helped Zack on finding the boy. Soon enough, with some townspeople's help too, they caught up to him. The boy gave Zack's wallet back. As Zack was about to give him a lecture, Aerith nodded him and let him know that he has to give the boy a chance to talk first. Zack asked confused why did he stole his wallet. The boy said that he had his own wallet but a monster ate it along the way to home, and that he had to get a medicine for his family. Zack helped the boy and got his wallet back. Or, depending on your choice, which you can either pay for the medicine or you can go get it. Which in my opinion I'd choose the first, always. The kid didn't believe that he actually got his wallet back. He swore to never steal again, and that Zack and Aerith had a perfect match for each other. Well, most townspeople liked Zack, and cause they knew Aerith had no one, and she was alone, they saw Zack be the way he is, and they were happy for Aerith. Sometime later on, they both sat down to the park and relaxed a bit. As they did that, they both started chatting, and Aerith talked about how she was afraid of the soldiers cause they weren't normal, and how much she hated Shinra for being what it is. Zack then proceeds saying to Aerith that he actually is with Soldier. Aerith felt ashamed and quickly apologized to Zack for saying all of that. However, Zack couldn't care less as he continued flirting with Aerith and pulled another of his tricks.
So pretty.
The face?
The eyes.
You like them? Then take a closer look. Eyes infused with Mako energy. A soldier trademark.
Oh, you.
Color of the sky, right?
Uh-huh. But not scary at all.
I'll admit, things haven't been normal at all lately. What about you, Aerith? How's your life going?
I was thinking it would be a normal day. But then suddenly, some guy fell out of the sky.
That's not all that bad.
Zack, return to the Shinra building now. Genesis has attacked us.
On my way. I'm sorry, but duty calls.
Well, I guess I should get going then. Will I see you again?
Of course.
I hope that your friend's okay, Zack.
Huh?
You talk in your sleep.
Yeah. It'll be fine. I know that now.
As he leaves, he goes back to Shinra. Along his way though, since the fight hasn't ended yet, and Zack tries to return to the battlefield, he's been faced with more of Genesis copies. Zack successfully wins, and as he continues, he comes across with Angel, with whom now gonna work, and Angel needs Zack's help to stop Genesis.
I need your help.
Do you? Honestly, what are you thinking, Angel?
I'm not really sure myself. At times I feel as if my mind is mired in fog. But Zack, no matter what happens, I have to protect my honor. As long as I hold the Buster Sword. Zack, join my battle. Our enemy is all that creates suffering.
All right. I'll help you.
I'll carry you there.
No, wait,
Flying feels pretty good.
Zack is off to find Hojo and protect him from Hollander and Genesis. Zack finds Hojo and tries to protect him. All of a sudden Genesis appears and they both start a dialogue.
Well, look who's here. Hollander sent you, correct? You think that if you obey Hollander, he'll stop your body from degrading. Is that it? Pitiful. Just pitiful, I say.
Genesis.
A second-rate hack like Hollander couldn't cure a cold.
Genesis, that's enough!
Ah, what do we have here?
My friend, the fates are cruel. There are no dreams, no honor remains. The arrow has left the bow of the goddess.
The entire cast of Hollander's freak show.
Shut up, you!
Loveless, Act 4.
Where the two friends challenge each other to a duel. An ancient epic. I read it thinking it might aid my research, but pure drivel.
How does the duel end?
Unknown. The last act is missing, and yet to be discovered.
There are various theories.
Genesis, angered by Hojo's mockery, he opens a big hole on the wall and flies away. Angel grabs Zack, and they fly away as well. As they get nearer, Angel drops Zack down, and so he can fight Genesis on his own. Zack comes across with another summon, and as he's ready to fight, Aerith calls him, and she asks him when he's gonna visit her again. But unfortunately, she caught him in a bad time since he was on a mission, and she told him to not keep your guest waiting. Zack wins against the Bahamut and tries to find Angel. As he returns to the slum, Angel finds him instead and apologizes for keeping him waiting so long. Angel talks about how Genesis needs to be stopped and that whatever happens, he needs to protect the only little honor that's left of him. Zack went off to Aerith's church, but as he goes there, Chang expects him. Zack asks him what's wrong and how does he knows about Aerith. Chang then asks Zack if Aerith has said anything to him up until now. Zack says no, and so Chang says that neither should I. Then they both leave. Unfortunately, cause the weather is bad there, the helicopter crashes, but they all come out alive and in one piece. Zack goes a bit further more easily since he is a country boy and he is used on a low temperature like this. An infantry comes close to Zack and talks to him. Zack introduces himself and where he is from.
Me? Gongaga.
The infantry laughs and tells him that Gongaga is such a backwater name. Zack asks where the infantry is from. The infantry removes his headgear, revealing himself to be Cloud Strife. They both bond with each other due to their similar backstories. Zack quickly makes a friend and goes off to find Genesis and Hollander. As he enters the secret hideout with Cloud and the rest, he finds Genesis and Hollander. He tells Cloud to chase Hollander and he is gonna fight Genesis.
Dreams of the morrow hath the shattered soul. Pride is lost, wings stripped away. The end is nigh. Such is the fate of a monster.
We're not monsters, you hear me? We're soldier. Where's your honor?
Even if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return. If this world seeks my destruction, it goes with me.
Genesis.
The fight is very difficult, but Zack emerges once again victorious, and Genesis jumps off a high spot, saying that if the world seeks my destruction, then I shall take it with me. Zack leaves and finds a weird old-looking warehouse. He enters, but seems Cloud and Chang are almost unconscious. All of a sudden a monster appears and Zack has to kill it in order to save Cloud and Chang. Zack wins and asks Cloud if he's okay. Cloud says yes, and Zack continues with the mission. As Zack keeps going higher and higher, he finds Angel. He then asks him why the hell did he let him fight alone Genesis. Angel said to prepare you for your next fight. Zack rejects this and don't want to do this. Zack tries to reason with Angel, but Hollander jumps out of nowhere and starts talking. How Angel was the perfect specimen, and that just like Sephiroth, who is the perfect project for the S project, so does Angel for the D project. Angel despises who he is and everything else. He then explains to Zack that Angel's mother took her own life and how perfect he is. A perfect monster. He then proceeds on summoning all the monsters he have created so far, just like Genesis could clone himself. Angel can pass his cells/traits to other life forms. Angel starts transforming and Hollander is trying to get a small sample before he does that. Hollander, however, fails and Angel transforms and attacks Zack with leaving him a mark on his face.
It should have been me. I should have dealt with Genesis.
Yeah. Then why'd you send me?
To prepare you for your next fight.
Have you lost it? Stop it!
Someone's waiting for you, no?
Angel, don't do this.
Very good, Angel. It is time to exact vengeance for our family's suffering.
Family?
No! My father is dead!
Fine. Then do it for your mother.
My mother's shame made her take her own life!
Shame. How terribly misguided. She should have been proud. Proud that she was the namesake of our experiment. Project G, or should I say, Project Jillian.
Don't say her name.
Jillian, the woman implanted with Genova cells, Genesis, who had her genes mapped onto him during the fetal stage. Yes, Genesis was a failure, I'll admit it. But you, Angeal, you were actually bred inside Jillian's body. You are perfection.
Zack, I am perfect. A perfect monster. My cells can absorb genetic traits and pass them along to others.
A two-way conduit. Genova's power has passed on to you completely.
Zack, do you remember what I said about our enemy being all that creates suffering?
Yeah. But you're not one of them.
But I created my own suffering. Zack, let me show you.
Stop it! You don't know what you're doing! Damn! At least one sample!
Gio. What happened to honor?
Zack fights and do the unspeakable. Something he wished to never do or happen. He kills Angeal. As Angeal lays down to the ground, he thanks Zack for releasing him from his pain, and the suffering he created for himself is gone now. Before dying, he gives to Zack the Buster Sword and tells him one last time to
Zack, you have my thanks. This is for you. Protect your honor, always. Embrace your dreams. If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams and honor.
It starts raining and Zack is shocked. Zack, despite though he's smiling and he's being the guy we all know and love, this moment over here was even beyond himself to handle. Zack visits Aerith's church, and without being able to take it anymore, he breaks and starts crying. Aerith sees that, and she feels bad, and she understands Zack's pain. So she hugs him and the two of them getting closer together. After some time, Zack has grown older and more mature. He's not a kid anymore. He's not the young soldier he was before. Even though he has been through hell, he still smiles and embracing what his mentor has gave him, and he never forgot him by carrying his legacy with him. However, Shinra is acting like Angel and Genesis as if never existed. And that angers Zack, cause even though they were traitors, they did actually good things. Everyone pretended like they never even joined Soldier. Zack started questioning Shinra, his actions, even more. Questioning what is to be a soldier, having honor or pride. What is the meaning of all this anymore?
Hey, Zack? The sky is closer in the city above, right? Kinda scary. But the flowers might like it. Maybe.
So you want to be in Soldier? Hang in there. So, is everybody here now?
Sir!
You're all rookies, right?
Sir! Yes, sir!
One piece of advice. No. An order. Embrace your dreams. And whatever happens, protect your soldier honor. Got it?
Sir!
We're all coming back here alive. You hear me? Let's go.
Zack decided to go on vacation to Costa del Sol and find some peace and quiet. However, more trouble would come and Zack wouldn't expect it. As Zack do his usual squats, Cisne appears and the both of them begin a conversation, with Zack questioning everything. People. Soldier. Shinra. Cisne says to Zack that not even she really knows. People are trying to figure themselves out, and even if they know the truth, it comes out as a lie. As Zack is about to reach for his phone, Cisne giggles and asks Zack if he's gonna call Aerith. Zack gets triggered as he hears that and he asks Cisne if he's been watched. Cisne nods and says no, and that Aerith is the one who's being watched. She then proceeds on explaining to Zack about how Aerith is the last of her kind, and that she is an ancient. Zack is surprised for never mentioning that before to him, but that's not a problem for him either. So Zack turns around and says to Cisne that Aerith is one of the kind, truly. As they both start looking at the never-endless sky, resembling freedom, Zack starts thinking of Aerith.
Suntan lotion?
No! Never mind that. What is this? Are they putting me out to pasture?
You could use some R&R.
I'm bored. That's it. I'm calling them.
Director Lazard's not in. He's been missing for a while now. It was Lazard who was funding Hollander's research, using the company's money.
Are you serious?
We're interrogating Hollander, so we should learn more soon.
What's wrong with them? People, what are they all thinking?
The truth lies within each person, but even truth seems suspect once it leaves their mouths.
Cisne, go do something.
Calling Aerith?
How do you know that? Am I being watched?
No, she's the one being watched.
Huh?
That girl is an ancient. The only one left in the world. You didn't know?
She never said anything. The only one left in the world, huh? She is one of a kind.
As both Zack and Cisne gaze at the never-endless sky, Tang appears running towards them and yells to Zack,
Heads up! Genesis copies!
Zack quickly grabs an umbrella since he didn't have his Buster Sword with him at the moment and fights off the Genesis copies. He wins and wonders what the hell is going on here since he killed Genesis. Or so he thought. Then they all go to Junon Cannon and see that there is a whole mess there and that Hollander is responsible for all of this. Zack's mission is to catch the traitor scientist. But he's always blocked by Genesis copies along his way. So now Zack has to do 3 things. 1. Protect Junon Cannon. 2. Secure the citizen's safety. And 3. Arrest Hollander, if not kill him. As Zack continues, he comes across with Cloud once again, which he is very ill and dizzy because he arrived here with a helicopter and he's not doing very well with any kind of ride. Zack continues and takes off, entrusting Cloud to secure the area and move the citizens somewhere safe. Zack keeps chasing Hollander and at some point he's getting a little more close, but a scorpion machine appears to hold him back. Zack, being tired and sick of all this run, he decides to take this sucker out as fast as possible. He wins and runs for Hollander. Zack finally catches up to Hollander with no escape. However, Hollander does something Zack wouldn't expect and jumps the Junon airport, only to be saved by 2 Genesis copies. Zack is angry with himself and says that he should expect that dirty trick from Hollander. As Zack stares away to his failure to capture Hollander, Sephiroth appears from behind and tells to Zack,
Mission failed. This goes on your permanent record.
Huh? Sephiroth? Long time no see.
Let the Turks take care of the rest. I was on my way to Modeoheim, but I heard you were in the area.
Lucky me.
The situation is not resolved. Genesis copies have been sighted around the world.
That can't be. We wiped out those Genesis copies.
Did Genesis really die? They've been sighted in Midgar as well.
I see.
The slums too.
Permission to return. Granted.
Yeah.
Take care.
You too. Hey, what's going on in Modeoheim?
The device Hollander was using has been stolen.
Genesis?
Probably. We'll meet again soon.
I'll hold you to that.
My friend, your desire is the bringer of life, the gift of the goddess. Legend shall speak of sacrifice at world's end. The wind sails over the water's surface, quietly, but surely.
Zack returns quickly to the slums to see if Aerith is okay, and he comes across with a weird wolf monster. Aerith sees Zack and she is surprised. Zack quickly goes to grab his sword, but as he gets closer and he is drawing his weapon, the monster reveals Angel's face on his neck. Zack is surprised cause that's an Angel's copy. She quickly redraws his weapon and tries to figure out what an Angel copy is doing here, or how was it created since Angel is dead. All of a sudden a cannon machine appears from behind, approaching an attack on all of them. Then the Angel copy attacks the cannon machine and immediately destroys it. As the machine is about to explode, Zack gets in front of Aerith so she won't get harmed. As the Angel copy is coming down, Zack smiles and thanks it. Aerith asks Zack if it was protecting them. Zack responds with a probably. The Angel copy then falls down feeling weak, and Zack, quickly concerned about it, he goes and see if it's okay. With one gaze he understood and said to Aerith that it's degrading. Aerith feels bad. Zack is wondering if he's still alive since an Angel copy is here. The Angel copy stands up and starts flying to the church ceiling. Aerith said to Zack that it looked sad. Zack asks it what came here to do. Aerith then interrupted him and told him to Zack to make the flower wagon he promised her on the last time. Zack, being concerned for the copy, he wanna do something. Aerith tells him not to worry, and Zack yells at the Angel copy to stay where it is, as he will take care of things.
So, that flower wagon, let's do it. Not quite what I expected.
Really? I think it's fine. It's all about the flowers anyway.
I want a nicer one.
Stop being so picky.
A tiny little wish. That's all.
They're tiny, but you have lots, right?
That's right. Wanna hear?
How many you got?
23?
Write them down, so I don't forget.
There are new developments.
What?
Headquarters, now.
Work stuff?
Sadly.
Here.
Legions of monsters have spawned near a regional Mako reactor. The workers have all gone missing. Local soldier operatives have also vanished. The company is dispatching additional operatives to investigate the matter. You and I, that is.
Roger that.
What's wrong?
Well, you know, I thought you found something out about that other matter.
The missing operatives were the ones tracking Lazard. Also, they had reported a strange pod-like device in the area.
Is that Hollander's?
Probably the same device that was stolen in Modeoheim.
Meaning?
Lazard, Hollander,
and Genesis?
We'll have to go see them.
Let's go.
First, go to the soldier floor. We'll depart as soon as you and the rest of the men are ready to go.
Understood.
Our orders are to investigate the reactor. They mention nothing of old friends. Depending on what happens, I may abandon Shinra. Until then, I'll remain loyal to Soldier.
Don't worry about Aerith. Protecting the subject is part of surveillance duty.
You're the only one I can depend on. Hey, why are you laughing? I'm counting on you. What's up?
I'm having a little trouble rounding up the group.
We're in a hurry. Let's move it.
Sir.
What? Cloud? Together again, huh? All right.
Thanks. Hold on. I'll get everyone.
By the way, where are we going?
To Nibelheim.
They all left to Nibelheim and check for a report of any local monster around the Mako reactor and the village. As they both continue their search in the hometown of Cloud, Aerith calls Zack. Sadly, Zack is on another mission, and he told her that he will call her back a bit later. However, Aerith replied by saying it's fine, you don't have to. Zack says alright, I'll pay you a visit then. Aerith smiles and she's happy for Zack. As they wander around before going, they relax a little bit and they sat down to Nibelheim's inn. Sephiroth looks around with sadness and kind of jealousy, cause even though he's what people praise him to be, he never had a real family or someone to care for him. But we will discuss that on my next video when I will be talking about Sephiroth, Angel and Genesis. They all relax and start next day. Cloud is wearing his full uniform, which included a headgear to hide his face at all times. Zack asks why is he hiding his face since it's his hometown. Cloud was shy and told him that it's personal. Cloud seemed to Zack a bit weird. They all took a picture together and Tifa was there to guide them around Nibelheim. Zack, Cloud, Sephiroth and Tifa left to go to the Mako reactor. On their way, they fought a lot of monsters and hauled them off. As they arrived, Sephiroth ordered Cloud to not let anyone else go in there except Zack and himself. Tifa got angry cause, you know, she wanted to go and see too, but she eventually stood out with Cloud. And that's where things starts to get really complicated. You better get comfy, you guys.
Genova. Interesting. The door is sealed, of course. Jenova?
This is the cause of the malfunction. This section is broken. Zack, go seal the valve. Why did it break?
What is that?
You average soldier members are Mako-infused humans. You're enhanced, but you're still human. But then, what are those things? Their Mako energy levels are exponentially higher than yours.
Are they monsters?
Yes. The Shinra scientist Hojo was the one who created them. Abominations spawned by Mako energy. That's what monsters are.
You said average member. What about you? Hey, Sephiroth!
Could it be that I was created the same way? Am I the same as these monsters? I knew ever since I was a child. I was not like the others. I knew mine was a special existence. But this was not what I meant. Am I a human being?
No such luck. You are a monster. Sephiroth, you were the greatest monster created by the Jenova Project.
Genesis! So you are alive!
I suppose I am, if you can call this living.
What is the Jenova Project?
The Jenova Project was the term used for all experiments relating to the use of Jenova's cells.
My mother's cells?
Poor little Sephiroth. You've never actually met your mother. You've only been told her name, no? I don't know what images you've conjured up in your head, but...
Genesis! No!
Jenova was excavated from a 2,000-year-old rock layer. She's a monster. Sephiroth, I need your help. My body is continuing to degrade. Soldier First Class, Sephiroth. Jenova Project G gave birth to Angeal and monsters like myself. Jenova Project S used the remains of countless failed experiments to create a perfect monster.
What do you want of me?
Your traits cannot be copied onto others. Your genes can't be diffused. Therefore, your body cannot degrade. share your cells with me. My friend, your desire is the bringer of life, the gift of the goddess.
Whether your words are lies created to deceive me, or the truth that I have sought all my life, it makes no difference. You will rot.
I see. Perfect monster indeed. When the war of the beasts brings about the world's end, the goddess descends from the sky. Wings of light and dark spread afar. She guides us to bliss. Her gift everlasting.
No! Stop!
Zack is worried about Sephiroth and he goes down to see him in the Shinra mansion. Sephiroth is down in the basement lab and starts reading the entire history of Shinra, etc. Zack tries to talk to him, but he's not listening. Sephiroth shut himself within the Shinra's basement and stands there for at least like 2 days, I think. Then Zack returns to the inn where he goes to get some rest.
Tifa's safe. Don't worry.
If only I were soldier.
Zack? Soldier is like a den of monsters. Don't go inside.
What happened?
I don't know, man. I thought I knew, but... By the way, do you know Tifa?
Sort of.
Talk to her?
No.
I'm sensing some issues here. Shouldn't you do something? I'm one to talk. I'm with soldiers, so fighting's all I do. Sorting things out is someone else's job. What's going on? Who's the enemy? It makes no difference to me!
Hey, Zack. You know, I've never seen you use that.
Use brings about wear, tear, and rust. And that's a real waste. You're a little more important than my sword. But just a little.
Embrace your dreams, and whatever happens, protect your soldier honor. This is a symbol of my dreams and honor. No, it's more. That's right, I had almost forgotten. Thank you Cloud, huh? Right! I'm gonna crash. Night!
As he sleeps, something happens at night and Zack wakes up all of a sudden. As he gets out to see what's going on, he sees the town being burned down to the ground by none other than Sephiroth, standing between the flames. Zack decides to go after him, and that's what comes next.
Mother, let's take back the planet together. I had an epiphany. Let's go to the promised land. Mother.
Sephiroth! Why did you kill the townspeople? Why did you hurt Tifa? Answer me, Sephiroth!
Mother, they're here again. You should have ruled this planet. You were stronger, smarter. But then they came, those inferior dullards. They came and took this planet away from you. But don't be sad, Mother. I am with you now. We meet at last, Mother.
Sephiroth! Have you completely lost your mind? Sephiroth! I trusted you! No, you're not the Sephiroth I once knew!
I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to rule this planet. How dare you?
Cloud, finish Sephiroth off.
Don't test me! No. Impossible.
Cloud, you did it.
Cloud successfully throws Sephiroth into the Mako pits, but as he does that, he succumbs to his wounds and both Zack and Cloud fall unconscious. Hojo comes and sees this and sees what's going on and takes the opportunity to use both Zack and Cloud as his new specimens. Hojo takes both of them to the Shinra basement lab and placing them into a cryogenet state, leaving them both behind for 4 whole years, cause Zack's body rejected Genova's as cells and Cloud didn't respond at the time, so he labeled them both failures. However, after 4 years, Zack saw something like a dream. He saw and felt Angel be there with him, and he told him that he dared to call himself a soldier. Zack yells Angel's name and wakes up.
You call yourself soldier? You tarnish the soldier name.
Angel! Wait! Those wings. I want them too.
At that moment, a scientist walks in the lab without knowing that one of the specimens broke out, and when he sees Zack, he is shocked. But before being able to do anything, Zack gets up and knocks out the scientist. As he does that, he takes with him now a vegetated Cloud. After that, he drags Cloud with him and gets to the town's center, only to find it in one piece. Zack is shocked, and what's going on? Since the last time he saw the village, it was on fire. As he was about to leave, Shinra troops were informed that 2 specimens escaped from the laboratory. Zack lays down Cloud, fights off the Shinra troops. Zack wins, but he feels weaker. He feels worn off. However, he can't stand and think about that now, and he quickly grabbed Cloud and leave from Nibelheim, and he dressed him with one of the first-class soldiers' uniforms. time. As take Cloud somewhere near to as a satellite, Zack stares at the dark sky, feeling sad and asking Angel what he should do.
Where do I go from here? Can't do much when I got Cloud to worry about. Angel, what should I do?
All of a sudden, Cisne tries to sneak up behind Zack's back. Zack notices, but he smiles and tries to play it cool. He welcomes Cisne and asks her what's going on. Cisne then asks Zack if the fugitive sample is him. Zack responds with,
Hey, Cisne. Been a while.
Zack, the fugitive sample. Is it you?
It would appear so.
What did they do to you in that place?
Well, this and that.
He then asks her if she's gonna take them back. Cisne can't even look at Zack, and she doesn't respond. Zack begs and yells to Cisne to leave, cause he don't wanna hurt anyone else. He has killed and lost already so many people, and everyone is always pushing things on him. He didn't wanna kill another friend.
So, Cisne, you're here to take us back, right? Please, just walk away. I thought we could outrun the army, but the Turks are a different story.
Zack, I'm sorry. This is my job. If you want to escape, you'll have to...
Step back. Next time, I'll really have to. The Turks are here too. It's too dangerous to move now. We'll rest here until morning. Then we'll leave at dawn. We'll be all right. Cisne.
Wait, he's the other sample they collected at Nibelheim.
Why did you come here? I told you to go away.
He doesn't look well, Zack. Is he all right?
Mako addiction. Severe case.
The experiments, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey!
Sung. I've lost the target. That's how it is. So get away safely.
Cisne. Thank you.
Here's a present. If you think you can trust me, then use it.
Zack takes the vehicle and runs away with Cloud. However, they are soon gonna be facing some trouble along the way.
Shinra makes good stuff. Not again. Get off me! My hair! Stop pulling!
When the war of the beasts brings about the world's end, the goddess descends from the sky. Wings of light and dark spread afar. She guides us to bliss, her gift everlasting.
That's my hair!
You were a test subject in Hojo's new experiment. A modified version of Genova's power runs through you.
What? Seriously? No way. He just ate my hair.
Your cells will be my gift of the goddess. The degradation will cease.
You are twisted.
The monster has been harvested and can be discarded.
You're the monster!
Legend shall speak of sacrifice at world's end. The wind sails over the water's surface, quietly but surely.
Zack kills the now beast soldier and prepares to leave. Time passes and almost a year has passed of Zack and Cloud running around. At some point, Zack decides to return and see his family once again, since it's been so long. As he does that, he sees that the place is blocked and sealed, and as he is about to enter, Cisne appears again from behind him.
Behind you. So predictable. Couldn't you guess your hometown would be the first place we'd look? Here to see your parents?
Yeah, so? What's wrong with that?
I see.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right. It was pretty careless. We'll be going.
Be careful. Security is very tight right now. Apparently, another target is in the area.
Who?
Angeal.
I see.
I see? He died by your hand. You're not surprised.
I think he may have helped us escape Shinra Manor.
Interesting. The sighting reports were true.
But why would he come to a place like Gangaga?
He came here to see you. What other reason could there be?
Run away if you can, Angeal! The Turks are watching!
I'll give you 10 minutes. After that, I return to the Turks.
Return?
Right now, I'm not in the mood. I can't bring bad news to your parents.
My mom. How is she?
She's worried. She thinks after all this, you won't be able to find a wife.
What's up with that?
They're nice people, and they're doing fine.
Good. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
How's your folks?
I was raised inside Shinra.
Hey, Cisne. Would you mind keeping my folks company for a while?
All right. No problem.
They'll probably ask you to join the family.
Already happened.
What did you say? Cisne!
Not my real name.
What?
You have 5 minutes left.
Angeal? Angeal, it is you! Hey, wait!
As Zack runs to go after what it seems to be Angeal, he comes across, once again, a now degrading Hollander alongside with Genesis.
Cells. You are a former member of Soldier. Your cellular structure has already mutated. Cells.
Hollander, you did it to yourself.
Yes. After nearly being killed by Genesis. It was really all I could do to survive. I merely borrowed some cells from Genesis.
You know you're degrading.
Indeed. But there is still some hope. Cells. Cells. Cells.
The gift of the goddess.
Cells.
A pure S cell sample will stop the degradation process.
Pure?
Cells.
There are 2 of you. On the run.
No.
One is a former soldier operative, the other an infantryman.
That infantryman carries within his body the last pure S cells in the world.
Hey!
Do you know the verse in Act 4 that leads into the final act?
Of course not.
Legend shall speak of sacrifice at world's end. The wind sails over the water's surface, quietly, but surely.
Enough about sacrifices and endings. I don't want to hear it.
You don't understand the beauty of these words. How tragic. I'm not surprised. Even I didn't understand all of it. The greatest mystery behind the gift of the goddess? The water's surface. And the answer I have arrived at is the life stream.
What?
There are various theories regarding the missing final act. However, only my theory is correct, and I will prove it to you.
No, that won't be necessary.
You will understand.
After that, Zack goes after Hollander and Genesis, finally taking out Hollander for once and for all.
It's been a long time, Zack.
So, what happened? That thing wasn't so tough.
I can't fight like a first. I'm just an Angeal copy.
Copy?
It's Lazard.
So, you're the one who helped Hollander out of Junon? Why would you do such a thing?
To exact my revenge, I needed Hollander.
You really chose the wrong friends, didn't you?
I agree. I never dreamed I'd be turned into an Angeal copy.
Well, just be happy you're linked to Project G.
It's a strange feeling. The lust for vengeance that had so consumed my life is all but gone now. In its place is a desire to help you, a desire to save Genesis. No, it's bigger than that. I want to save the world.
Nothing strange about that. Angeal lives inside you.
Genesis is trying to obtain the gift of the goddess. But what is it exactly? No. Whatever it is, he must be stopped.
I just don't understand what he's talking about at all. What should I do?
Angeal may show us the way. Perhaps.
Maybe. I hope so, Director.
Director. So, Zack, what is your dream?
Huh? Oh. Let's see. To become a hero.
Unattainable dreams are the best kind.
Oh, come on. Lend me a hand. You and Angeal both. If we pull this off, we'll all be heroes. At the very least, I'd feel like one.
So, Zack, where is Genesis? I see.
As Zack figured out where Genesis might be, all three, Zack, Angeal/Director Lazard, and Cloud, are going together to Genesis' hometown, Benora. Zack finds the place as it was 4 to 5 years ago. They never even rebuilt it like with Nibelheim. As Zack finds a deep underground hole from the village, he enters to find Genesis. As he does that, he finds an old notebook where Genesis were keeping some of his secrets, let's say, saying he wanted to be like Sephiroth and help him. Zack then starts to want to save Genesis, cause even though he has done some horrible things, he had a reason, and he understands and felt Genesis' pain. So there he is, entering for his final battle against Genesis.
My soul, corrupted by vengeance, hath endured torment to find the end of the journey in my own salvation. You're late.
Loveless again.
You have succeeded Angeal's spirit, and carry a part of Sephiroth within you. Thus the three friends are reunited once again. And Loveless is reenacted.
No! Open your eyes, Genesis!
When the war of the beasts brings about the world's end.
I've come here to help you.
The goddess descends from the sky. Wings of light and dark spread afar. She guides us to bliss. Her gift, everlasting.
What is that?
The gift of the goddess. A heavenly boon found only in Benora.
I thought the cells were the gift.
There are various interpretations.
I don't understand.
To ponder the mystery is in itself a gift. We will all join the life stream. You are no exception. The planet has become my guardian.
Keep talking to me. Don't let it take over. You're not a monster. You're one of us. Damn you!
Zack defeats Genesis in his god form and cut ties from him and the livestream.
My soul, corrupted by vengeance, hath endured torment to find the end of the journey in my own salvation and your eternal slumber.
Does this mean you knew from the beginning?
Yeah! Stand and fight, soldier first class. Zack!
Why is everyone always pushing things on me?
Zack finally defeats Genesis and sends him on the livestream. However, the goddess is not gonna accept his soul and she will give him another chance at life. Zack emerges finally victorious and takes Genesis' unconscious body with him. Now, before we continue, for those who are still confused, Genesis did die, and his soul was sent to the goddess, to the live stream. But since she rejected him and decided to give him another chance, a second chance in life, his soul returned to his body. All that in real time. It's not like Zack was there and was watching both of them. You need to be dead to see that. Anyways though, back to the story.
Shinra attacked us.
Save your strength.
I got some help from him over there.
It's you. Director! Thank you.
Zack wipes off his tears and does the following. Yeah, before I forget, Lazard's dream and revenge was on Shinra. He hated Shinra and knew for what kind of people they worked. He felt terrible for Angel's death and all this disorder. So he thought by helping Hollander he would achieve his revenge. However, that never happened. Sorry, now continue.
Okay, let's eat. Sorry I'm not the real thing, but...
Is it good?
Yeah.
The gift of the goddess.
This apple? Huh?
Angel. The dream came true.
4 years now. This is the 89th letter that I've sent to you. But I don't even know where to send them anymore. I really hope that this final letter that I'm writing gets to you. By the way, the flowers are selling very well. They make everyone so happy. Thanks to you, Zack. Aerith.
4 years? What do you mean, final? Aerith. Wait for me. You're gonna make it too. You got that?
This must be an important matter if they are sending the two of us.
Apparently the subject will become our brother.
Is that so? But will he accept his fate willingly?
Even if the morrow is barren of promises, nothing shall forestall my return. To become the dew that quenches the land, to spare the sands, the seas, the skies, I offer thee this silent sacrifice.
Zack is gone and runs to go back in Midgar and see his loved one once again, Aerith. Once he learns the truth, he goes crazy and starts running like a lunatic. Shinra sends the Turks on another mission on finding Zack, but as Cisne is ready to leave, alongside with Reno and Rude, Tang stops her and tells her to bring Zack back alive, and that he has some letters to give him. Reno complains about everything as always, and both him and Rude are flying all over outside Midgar to find them both, Zack and Cloud.
Something to give him.
Who? The target? So we're couriers now. Delivering packages to fugitives, huh?
Reno, Rude, status.
We got nothing.
You?
Likewise. I'm heading to point 235. You two take point 120.
Roger.
All right, now let's get going. boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep. Embrace your dreams. And whatever happens, protect your honor. As soldier! Come and get it!
Here's a present.
I understand. Where is it? Be alert.
This is my job. Already happened. Lies within the universe.
Yes.
Zack, I gotta go.
Where am I going to go again? Like you've been there, you know. I've never seen you using a full language join like that. Nothing else out there. Thanks. Hold on.
Hello?
Hello? Don't worry. That's right. Want to hear? But work stuff? Not scary at all. Will I see you again?
I'll be here.
Zack.
For both of us.
Both of us?
That's right. You're gonna live. You'll be my living legacy. My honor, my dreams. They're yours now.
I'm your living legacy.
瞳の奥がぼやけて見えない心の底の気持ちはあるの世界の全てを手にしたとしてもそれがあなたの幸せなの
Embrace your dreams. If you want to be a hero, you need to have dreams.
Thank you. I won't forget.
遠い昔に何があったの
Good night.
視線をそらすあなたの瞳に一人で寂しい夜に抱きしめられるそんな暖かさ知ってる
That girl, she said that the sky frightened her. That looks so liberating. Those wings, I want them too. It feels good. If you see Eric, say hi for me. Would you say I became a hero? soldier. First class.
Zack has suffered worse than many people I know, and even Cloud. The times he has been betrayed, the people he killed and lost, the many times he was used by Shinra, the doubtings he started having after Endeal left and betrayed Shinra, when Shinra bombed Genesis and Endeal's hometown to the ground, and Zack started doubting Shinra and his actions even more. The moment he killed his own mentor / big brother, because that's how he saw Endeal. The moment he became an experiment for Shinra. The moment he learned that he was away from his loved one for 4 whole years, and he ran like crazy to see her once again. All the moments this person has suffered. Zack always smiled. He was dying inside though. He didn't want to let himself show how he felt inside to others. Okay? So he kept smiling and embracing his dreams and honor that his mentor gave him and never forget him. In fact, he was even angry cause Shinra pretended like Genesis, Angel and even Sephiroth never existed. This person left his hometown from 12 to 13 and made a big decision. A big and hard decision by going to join Soldier. It's not easy to leave your old life and family behind. Always were motivated by life, the most beautiful thing in the world, and his dream of becoming a soldier. Zack was only lucky for being one of those kids who happened to be gifted and talented by nature itself, and he quickly joined Soldier. But he was still a kid inside. He didn't struggle much to become a soldier, and that's true, cause it happened that he was lucky, being gifted and talented in life. But that's only natural, and it happens in real life too, as well. What I hate though, is people who are jealous of people like Zack. Zack's real struggle started after Endeal left Shinra. Eventually, Zack became from a boy to a man. No. To a legend. That's what he is and what he will always be. Cause legends never dies. Zack's personality is unique, and that's what people see in him and love about him. And that's one of the many reasons he was even nominated in Japan to be even above Cloud Strife in the rankings. As well, character development. Zack is and will always be the best FF character in the entire franchise, in my opinion. That, guys, is my opinion for Zack. That's why so many people love this guy. That's why I love this guy. I find him so relatable. Cause if you do actually pay any attention at all to the game, to the movie, to the episode of Last Order, Zack, even though he smiles, he dies inside. He just don't want to show it. Okay? And I have seen a couple of people like that in my life, which is why I find it even more relatable, okay? When you usually see someone smiling or having a supposedly good life, supposedly for you at least, you judge him and you say that he has a good life. Oh, he has a good life. He's not like me. Just because you don't smile, just because you cry like a bitch all the time, doesn't mean him or her has the best day or time of his or her life. You got that? Okay? You are not the only ones in this world, like it or not. There are people, and usually people like Zack, who are even worse. Okay? Zack. Just please bring him back, Square Enix. Square, please, if you're listening to me, bring him back. Please. On my next video, I'm gonna be talking about Sephiroth, Angel, and Genesis. I'm gonna be discussing about their friendship, how all these three got together. Well, from the information most people know so far, but I'm gonna try to dig in a little bit more. So I hope that makes you happy, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna take a deep dive into each character's personality. Once again, as always, you know my thing, you know my content. And I'm gonna explain about events with Sephiroth, Genesis, and Angel. I don't think it's gonna take a lot of time because neither of these three gave us a lot of information due to being only in one game. So yeah, except Sephiroth, he was in more than one game. So yeah, but still, we didn't get much information out of him. But we'll find some. If we don't, at least we're gonna discuss a lot of things about him and explain it to the fullest. So anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching so far. Please make sure, if you like this video, to share it as much as you can. Try to share this video. I don't want you to like, I don't want you to subscribe to my channel. I don't give a damn about that, okay? I don't give a damn about that. The only thing that I am asking from you guys is share this video, please. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you again on my next adventure. This is Monkey D. Jimmy, and I'm out.